We're here today at Shrewsbury Valley Fishery for the 2015 Middy Match Team Cup. One lucky winner walk away with this cup and £500. Behind me we've got 21 of the country's best anglers, and they're all battling it out in a fierce competition. We've been fishing now for probably 2 hours and it's really tough. There's a few fish coming out, and last year's winner, Pete Upperton, is on the end peg, and he's catching a lot of fish on his special meat mush again, and I won't put it past him winning it again this year, to be honest. But we've also got previous winners. We've got Andrew Cornby, who won it the year before, and then I think 2012 Ashley Clements won it, and he's here as well, but he's really struggling. There's actually some people who's not actually caught a fish yet, but it's tough anyways. A lot of fish could come in the margins late on, and you can easily catch sort of 50, 60, 70 pound in the last hour. There's some big fish in here. Steve Hayward's caught well early on, he's got some fish shallow and some fish tight against the island, but he's gone quiet, and the same as Mark Griggs, he's caught some and his swim's also gone quiet. So people are just trying to mug the odd fish, the odd people looking in the margins, but it's a little bit too early for that. But I'm going to walk around, see what people's catching, see if anyone's sort of sneaking a few bigger fish in. We'll nip down to the end, have a quick word with Pete Upperton, and sort of try not to demolish his swim and scare him off too much, but I'm sure he'll have a quick chat with us. But other than that, it's going well, and whatever happens, someone's going to walk away with this today. Right, I'm just here with Pete Upton. He's doing really well. He's catching a few fish down the edge, and he's also had a few over. Catching on meat again, eh, Pete?
Yes, mate, yeah.
Yeah, so well, you had 11 or 12 fish now, I think it is, isn't it?
Something along those lines. Quite a few small ones, like around the £2 mark.
Yeah.
Had a couple of better fish, around £4, I suppose. Yeah, it's just a real funny day. There's certainly some fish here. It's just quite hard trying to catch them, if I'm being honest.
That's it. I mean, the wind's blowing down this way, it's probably helping a little bit, and Jimmy's catching on the other side. So I think by the looks of things, Steve Hayward's catching in the early pegs. He's at about £30. But other than that, I think it's between you and Jimmy now. So
yeah, Jimmy's catching over there shallow. He caught a few fish early down the edge. But I think he's got a few fish in front of him topping now.
Yeah, I mean the main difference between your two pegs, he's got that ripple, which I think it's going to help him with the shallow fishing a bit. But
hopefully by catching them down the bank, I've had 2 down there now. Hopefully by catching them down there, they might be slightly bigger fish.
Yeah, so I mean that last one that I saw Jimmy catch was probably about £2 to £3, whereas the one that you just sneaked in there was about 7. So
oh, just missed a.
Yeah, but right, we'll leave you to it, mate. All right, what you had so far then, mate?
I've had 13 carp, ranging from sort of £2 to £7.
Right, what are you doing? Just mugging them, just flicking a little rig out?
I'm not mugging them. I can't really see them, but you can see that there is sort of fish there, but I can't pick out individual fish. So I'm sort of swinging a rig and sort of swinging it into them really.
Yeah, by just hoping that a little splash will bring them in.
Yeah,
sort of
and then
thing.
every now and then I'll get a bite. I mean, you can see there's a few fish there. But
yeah, I mean you're doing really well. I think you and Pete's pretty close between you. I think he's had 12 fish. You've had what, say 12 as well.
13. Now,
13. Yeah. So I think it'll probably come down to the size of the fish you're catching. But then you've got the last hour. You might catch some more down the edge.
Yeah, I mean
you?
to be fair, I was catching down the edge. I had a little spell where I had 3 and 3 chucks, and then I see a load of fish. Literally all the fish have been blown down here. When we got here, we didn't see a fish for a couple of hours. Didn't see a fish for a couple of hours, and then now it's loads of fish topping. They've all just been pushed down here.
Yeah, you can see there's fish showing, can't you? And
oh yeah, there's loads of fish here now,
but...
whereas earlier there was nothing, literally nothing.
I mean, with the wind pushing down this way as well, it does look good for a few fish. I think it's only going to get better this last hour.
Yeah, I think it might do, to be fair.
But you're well in the race, mate, anyway, and hopefully in an hour's time you'll be £500 richer.
Hopefully, it'd be nice.
Right, once again we're the winner of the 2015 Middy Match Team Cup. Pete Upperton, well done mate.
Thank you.
Get your lovely trophy and another £500. So you're doing quite well out of this match at the minute, aren't you?
Loving
so
it.
2 years, 2 wins, first person to win it twice. Obviously I bet you're pleased about it, aren't you?
Of course, like I say, obviously today, happy to draw an M-peg, obviously. Wind blowing up there as well.
Yeah.
Everyone said it's not the fancied end, but obviously getting to my peg, it was. I knew that I'd probably catch a few up there.
Yeah,
conditions were ideal.
Yeah, you got off to a slow start then. Was you an hour?
Yeah, it took me probably an hour to catch my first fish. Then I've set up a new rig at 16 metres further along the bank in a little bit shallower water, probably about 8 inches shallower, and it was just like a different match basically.
Yeah.
Started the fish that I were getting in my peg, because a lot of them you'd see. Generally, when they were in my peg, then I could catch them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you caught on your meat slop again, was it?
Yeah,
feeding that. I'm definitely gonna have to get on it. I keep coming out with Pete doing features and matches like this, and you keep catching on it everywhere you go. And,
yeah, it just seems to. I just think what it seems to do, you can feed less of it, because there's so many different particles and that. It just seems to hold the fish a lot better without feeding a load of bait.
Yeah.
And generally, when you're feeding less bait, you can catch them easier, over small amounts rather than feeding loads of bait and waiting for them to find
That's
your
it,
hook bait.
yeah. And I mean, you've had a really good battle with Jimmy. You've almost been opposite each other,
Yeah.
an island between you, and he's been fishing shallow, just dobbing a few fish out, and you've obviously fed a little bit more bait to cast as a meat down the edge and then meat across.
Yeah, I probably fed probably about a tin through a little tiny kinder pot, like just a bottle lid basically, that I've adapted to put onto the end of my pole.
Yeah.
I fed that across, and then down the edge occasionally I've just feed like a quarter of a pot of casters with a few bits of mushy meat in it again.
So you've had £100 of fish on like a couple of pints of bait,
I probably fed a pint and a half of casters. And I've probably done 2 tins of meat total.
So it's not cost you a lot.
No, nice cheap day.
And you're 500 quid better off. So next year, 3 years running. If you win it 3 years running, you get to keep the trophy as well. But we're going to try and pick a venue that doesn't suit you next year. Somewhere where meat's banned, I think.
As long as there's no carp in there.
Yeah, but you can see all the video and everything on Facebook and also on the website.